guys and the coaches. And before I get into any of that, I just want to thank the crowd. It was great having them back in our student section. It was awesome just seeing them again, hearing them. It's Thursday night, and it was what we were hoping for, and I think the kids fed off of you, and it means a lot to them to have the crowd that we did. As far as the team goes, when you can play a game like we just did and shut a team out, those are hard to get. Coach Gibson and the defensive staff, proud of those guys. We played a lot of guys on both sides of the football. It was good to see the way Devin bounced back after missing some throws. In fact, he really played well after that. Good to see Emeka, make a catch like that to build him back up confidence-wise. And, all these guys played a part. The running backs ran really hard. The O-line, manhandled them up front for most of the night, and 293 yards rushing. We only had 3 penalties. So, and I think we came out of it pretty healthy. So pretty good night here for what we wanted to accomplish. I think that's about it. Any questions?
Go ahead, Bridget.
Coach, for your team to come out here composed in a home crowd that they haven't seen since 2019, a lot of these freshmen have never seen it. And then Devin comes back and has a successful night. Your defense shuts out this team. What were you most impressed about from your guys tonight?
I just asked them to be mature, and they showed that to me. I think last year we weren't as mature as we are now, and being able to get up on a team and stay up on them, keep them in the corner, I guess you would say, not let them out. I mean, they tried. They did a couple things to get down in the red zone. We're able to get 2 turnovers defensively down in the red zone, which are huge plays. But just love the maturity of them, and they really took things to heart that we pointed out in the offseason that we needed to improve on.
Go ahead, Andrew.
Dave, do you feel like there was maybe a little bit of rust for Devin early in the game with the amount of time, obviously, that he went between playing in competitive games? And you mentioned it a little bit already, but how happy were you with the way that he bounced back and some of the throws that he made later in the game?
Yeah, there might have been a little bit of rust. Also defensively, you're trying to feel a team out that you're not real sure what they're going to do. We had no idea who their starters were, as you guys know, and they got 29 transfers in the last 2 years. So there was a little bit of a feeling out period there. But, the thing you like about Devin is nothing bothers him. He throws a touchdown, he's the same guy. Throws a pick, he's the same guy. And he needs to learn not to run the ball there at the end of the game. But outside of that, I thought he was pretty good.
Go ahead, Alyssa.
Coach, Ricky Person Jr. found the end zone 3 times. What improvement have you seen out of him in the past year, and how excited are you for his potential?
I'm excited for all those backs. I think Ricky had a good game. First of all, to answer your question, I thought he ran really hard, did some good things inside the tackles and outside the tackles, and has a nose for the goal line for sure. Him and Zonovan are each other's, I think, biggest fans, and also competitive. I think they want to outrush each other and outgain each other and all these different things. So I think there's been a lot of talk, in the offseason about Bam, and I know Ricky wants to prove how good he is as well. And, I thought he played really well. And it's great to see Jordan Houston get in the game and do some things there at the end.
Go ahead, Mike.
Hey, Coach, you mentioned a little bit about your defense, and it really did. It looked like, especially Drake, Peyton, some of those guys were all over the field. What stood out to you most, I guess, defensively? And can you kind of just expand upon their performance tonight?
Well, I thought Drake Thomas played a great game. I mean, I thought he was all over the field, and Isaiah was all over the field. Thing that I really liked, to be honest, was the way we played the football in the air tonight. I thought defensively, it's the first time in a while that our DBs have just broke on balls and snatched them out of the air and made some really confident catches on footballs. And that's what you need to be able to do in this kind of defense when you're playing with 5 defensive backs. And so, between Tanner Ingles' interception and Cyrus Fagan's interception, the way these guys broke on the football, we played all of our guys back there. Everybody got game time, but that really stood out to me.
Go ahead, Justin.
Coach, you had nearly 300 rushing yards tonight, 2 backs with over 100 yards, but could you assess the play that you saw from the offensive line tonight at the line of scrimmage?
Yeah, I think they played really well. I think Coach Beck did a nice job mixing it up, and him and Garrison communicated well during the game. They found some different formations as the game went on that presented some problems for South Florida structurally, and the O-line did a nice job. I thought they mixed it up enough with the stretch game and the counter game and the inside zone game where they kind of had them guessing. And there's a lot of movement up front, and that's kind of what I look for is where's the line of scrimmage going. I love that brand of football. It's fun to see our offensive line and our tight end group play like that. And I think the backs just, they're so hard to tackle, and if you can get those guys started like that, a lot of good things are going to happen.
All right. And the last question for Coach will come from Andrew.
Dave, looking at Bam and Ricky and the way that they were both able to make such a big impact tonight, how much does that help you guys in the run game if both of them are healthy and going to be able to kind of rotate them each in and out on drives and keep them both fresh as the game goes along?
Yeah, I mean, it's a long season, and they take a lot of hits on plays that you don't see, in the run game, in the pass game when they're protecting, picking up linebackers and things like that. They both had 16 carries, and that's kind of a perfect world when you can get something like that. But they do keep each other fresh. And I think you look across college football and NFL football, that's how it is anymore. You need to have two guys, if not three, to make it through the kind of contact that these guys face every week.
All right, Coach, that's it. Thanks. Congratulations
Thank
on
you
the
guys.
win.
Appreciate it. Go Pack.